Hello everybody, my name is Marco Andreini. Hope you've all been enjoying the month, but I'm here to talk about my project called Nemesis. It is basically a virtual reality experience where you will be trapped in a room that was concocted by this intellectual creature who's also quite monstrous as well. And the goal is to escape with your life, but throughout that journey, you're going to be faced with hard decisions where you have to decide um, basically the life or death of certain people who are also trapped in the room as well. Um, so to get into some of the imagery of it, um, I don't know if any of you have played the Order 1886 for PlayStation 4, but I always saw they called them the Elder Lycans, or the Full Bloods, I believe they called them. Kind of the embodiment of this type of creature who has the superior physical elements compared to a human, but also a superior intellectually as well. So this experience kind of delves into the idea of how to survive not against something that just wants to kill you, but how to survive against something that wants to play with you as kind of like hunt you for sport. But instead of just killing you, he wants to basically outwit you um, and actually study you as well as you make your decisions and kind of go throughout this environment. So basically, it would be an old generator room that's basically in this underground cavern. So those kind of top left or top and top left pictures distinguish that. And then I have the picture from Bioshock, if anyone saw that, they kind of represent, like the decisions you make with the other people who are inside this place as well. And since it's going to be pitch black, you will have a cell phone that you can use for night vision. So I think that will add an extra element of horror to it. But going further, here's the layout. I don't know if any of you have played a virtual reality game, but since it's not augmented reality, you can't just start walking around. Otherwise, you'll be tripping over things and hitting your face on a wall. So there are set parameters. So this is just kind of like the general layout. You'll be able to obviously move with motion controllers and gadgets like that, like typical games do nowadays. But this is kind of just a typical layout. The room is a puzzle itself, and I thought it'd be really cool. You don't have direct contact with this creature, but there will be good use of 3D audio as he basically circular um, walks around you, kind of like in a taunting manner, in the wall, like in the vents above you. So you don't actually see him, but you can hear where he is at all times. And I thought, especially utilizing something like the PlayStation camera, or you can get microphones for Oculus and the HTC Vive as well. You can actually interact and talk to the actual beast himself. You'll have scripted dialogue where basically that's to help push you along the experience, but then using like technology from like robotics from like Sophia, if anyone has seen that, using artificial intelligence from Google to actually, he can actually have responses to everyday questions that you have to help further immerse you into this reality. But going forward, this is kind of more inspiration on the beast. I definitely see him more as Smog, if anyone has seen that from the Hobbit movies. He Smog, he's this giant dragon, so you'd think that he'd just kill the Hobbit Bilbo, at any given chance, just to eat him, and he's just kind of a pest. But no, he likes to play riddles with him, and I thought that was very interesting. Even though I know it's in the books too, but I love the aspect of this creature who is like could easily just kill him, rather plays with him kind of like a toy, and that's kind of what you are in this environment. He just kind of wants to see what you will do in stressful situations. Kind of also like the Joker in the Dark Knight movie, kind of like giving each boat the chance to blow up the other one, and he kind of thinks he knows the outcome, but he doesn't also know as well. So going into further, like the technologies that would make this more than just a typical experience you would play today, is there's the development of these haptic suits, where it's basically you wear them as like a bodysuit and as gloves, and they send off electronic pulses, which will help simulate if you touch something in the game, you'll actually feel it in real life. So it's like that extra step of immersion. But the other thing is they're actually developing, since you can carry things, or like if you were to pick something up, you won't actually know how much it weighs. So they're creating gloves right now where since your tendons and your muscles are actually the sensors in your body that uh, help you distinguish how heavy something is. They actually have these gloves and these bodysuits that will actually kind of put these slight pressures on your body, and then it will kind of trick you into thinking like, oh, this is 5 pounds. And like, once again, that's another huge advancement, especially for virtual reality. um, and then like, so just going to these, like, just imagine these type of environments. If you're in VR, like, you'd actually, they're also trying to, kind of like an icy hot pack, they're trying to incorporate temperatures within the suit themselves, so you can actually feel breezes, you can feel the cold. If you're in a hot area, it'll actually heat your body up. So it's getting closer and closer to that point where there almost is no distinction between what is virtual and what is reality. So just to kind of summarize this, I know I kind of went through it because we can talk all day about this, but you're trapped. It's not survival of the fittest, but more of survival of the smartest, if that makes sense. That's kind of a weird way to put it. But I think the art in this is kind of seeing, we always talk about, oh, you don't know until you're in that situation. You don't know what you would do. So getting to that point where it is almost total immersion, like, what decisions will you make in these really stressful situations? And then we just talked about the technology. And then, of course, if you have heart problems or anything like that, to play a horror game of this magnitude would probably give you a heart attack. So anyways, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for listening, and let me know what you think. Bye.